Hello and welcome to the ITSR Twisted Cup Series race number 4 at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Quick Car Bump and Run 134. Tonight's broadcast sponsored by the Quick Car people, quickcar.net. Telephone number to reach them tonight is 800-99-SPEED. Presented by MW Productions. I'm Michael Keaton up in the booth, and pushing the buttons in the production studio tonight with me is Michael Woolley. Again, tonight's race 4 of a nice 36-week series. The ITSR Twisted Cup Series takes the reins here at Bristol, 134 laps. Let's take you back to last week. Las Vegas. Brandon Cherburko, only 2 races in to the season, picks up his first win and leads the most laps, 29 led. CJ LeVere would finish second. Stefan Marinac third, John Wilco fourth, Matt LaCrosse would round out the top 5, Adam Hiley would finish 6th, Neil Faseka 7th, Frank Busciella 8th, Jeff Eden 9th, and Stephen Herron would round out the top 10, although don't let Stephen Herron pull you in that top 10 spot. He was 17 laps down, buddy. We had one heck of a race last week at Vegas. I don't think anyone played their cards right that night. I think everybody went over in the Blackjack 21. But that's over with. Tonight we come to Bristol. We move from Nevada all the way to Tennessee. And the point standings is this, and I'm not kidding, the top 3 are tied. Adam Hiley, CJ LeVere, Neil Fasekas, all tied for that number 1 spot. How about this? There's a 2-way tie for second in points, but really 4th. Dwayne Vincent, Jeff Eden are just 2 down from the leader. Also, John Hickman Jr. cracking into the 6th spot in points, 3 back from the leader. Matt LaCrosse is 5 back, Stefan Marinac 6 back, and there's a 3-way tie for 9th, 10th, and 11th spot, obviously in points here, with Brian Harvey, John Wilco, and Jose Gonzalez. And the next man, just to throw it out, Stephen Herron, who finished in the top 10 last week in that 10th spot, is 16 down from the leader. So it's still anybody's ball game. Really young into the season. Got a lot to look forward to. And of course tonight, Bristol Motor Speedway, we leave a track like Vegas, a 1.5-mile racetrack, coming to this half a mile racetrack. We're not under the lights, so we should see some good fast racing here. The daylight temperatures today 83 degrees with a 7-mile-per-hour wind gust to the west. And tonight will be fun to watch. And qualifying will be underway here soon. Practice currently on the racetrack right now. Chad Cole being the quickest in practice with a 14.0. Nobody else close to him. Stefan Marinac 14.7 and closest to him. Jose Gonzalez also a 14.7. And then after those 3 guys, it falls back to the 15th second. Now here's the good news. All the way back to the 23rd spot where John Wilco's 15.7 in practice. Everyone else has 15-second lap time. So if you're back there where John Wilco is in 23rd, you're really pretty close to being on race pace here as far as practice is concerned. But qualifying will be underway here at Bristol momentarily. And again, you're watching the Quick Car Bump and Run 134 ITSR Twisted Cup Series. Tonight's race sponsored by Quick Car, quickcar.net, 800-99-SPEED, 800-99-SPEED. You're watching MW Productions. We're going to go ahead and take you trackside to the promo video and then to the national anthem.
New shoes, yeah, I don't know where I'm going to. Silk suit, black tie, yeah, I don't need a reason why. Come running just as fast as they can. But every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Watch, diamond ring. Oh, I ain't missing on a single thing. Conflicts, stick pin. Ask about them more than do you in. They come around just as fast as they can.
Hey, look here, beavers. You better hide your wives, hide your husband, and look here, both of you hide your kids, because we're coming.
Every girl's crazy about a shine-dressed man. Top hat, and I don't worry 'cause my wallet's fat. Black shades, black gloves, looking sharp, looking for love. They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl's crazy about a sharp dress. Make some noise! Clean shirt, new shoes, and I don't know where I'm going to. Silk suit, black tie, and I don't need a reason why. They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl's crazy about it. Thank you.
And we're back.
And welcome back. Bristol Motor Speedway live here with the ITSR Twisted Cup Series on Tuesday night with the boys from the Valley, where qualifying has just now been completed. And the fastest man on the bubble for the most part of qualifying was Adam Hiley. It wasn't until the 21 machine of Matt Lacrosse got out there and run his laps and became the quickest. So Matt Lacrosse will take us to the green tonight at Bristol. Outside him will be the number 15 machine of Adam Hiley. Second row, Chad Cole in the 8 machine. To his outside, the 24 car of Stefan Marinac. Ben Burnett will roll off 5th quickest tonight. Jose Gonzalez in the 26 car rolls off beside him. 7th quickest tonight in qualifying. John Abbott in the number 10 machine. To his outside, the Black Dahlia, Dwayne Benson. 9th quickest tonight in qualifying, the 3 of Brandon Traburco, last week's winner at Vegas. To his outside, one of the men who's tied for the lead in points, CJ LeVere in 10th. Colin Fern making his first start tonight in the ITSR group, rolls off 11th in the 00 machine. 66 of Brian Harvey rolls off 12th. 13, Joey P in the number 22 car rolls off 13th, and the last to take time in the 89 machine, Neil Fasakas. Frank Busciella brings up the next row in 15th. Chandler Krizik next to him in the 71. Jeff Eden in the 91 machine rolls off 17th. Josh Cheney gets the lucky 18th spot. Douglas Wyatt roll off in that number 5 Hippies Paint Shop machine. 62 of John Wilco rolls off 20th. Stephen Herring bringing up 21st tonight. Frank Kuntz gets the 22nd position. And last row for tonight's event at Bristol, the 23rd spot, the 11 machine of Jonathan Cadell and J. Randall Watkins. And I'm not sure if Jonathan Cadell or J. Randall Watkins was able to come out of the garage area. I think those guys are still down there, so it'll be interesting to see if those guys are able to make it. But if not, we'll have 22 hungry Fords and Chevys ready to take their first dab and jab, if you will, at Bristol. Going from the 1.5-mile tracks and a track like Daytona to Bristol, man, I tell you, it could be really different. And we'll see exactly how different it can be tonight. Pit stops here tonight. Mainly, we'll probably see these guys try to short pit it. Probably come in around 60 to 70 laps, maybe try to put this thing halfway into the books if it stays green. If it doesn't stay green, obviously these guys are going to come down and pit. Fresh right side Goodyears are going to be the key here tonight at Bristol. As always, I believe the groove here at Bristol is going to be the high lane. Now, I've seen some guys in practice running the mid to low lane here, but I really think when it comes down to it, that racing time, we'll see these guys take the high line. As the pace car rolls us off into the backstretch here, failing to come out onto the racetrack is the number 15 machine of Adam Hiley. He's down on pit road. Not where he probably wanted to start from. Pace car dives off into pit road, and we're green. 21 machine of Matt Lacrosse takes us to the green flag here at Bristol pretty quickly. That pace car took the dive, and there she goes. And it's green as the 24 machine behind Lacrosse gets into the wall a little bit. As the 15 of Adam Hiley just now rolling off pit road, 1 lap down already. Nearly a lap down. He's just ahead of Matt Lacrosse. Matt Lacrosse dives off into turn 1 here at Bristol. 134 laps set on the books. You're watching the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, sponsored tonight's race by the Quick Car guys. QuickCar.net. Call them up, 899 speed. And this is a quick car race, the Bristol Bump and Run 134. As your leader, Matt Lacrosse, tries to track down Adam Hiley, who started from the pits. Although Adam holding up pretty good, running those 15.2s to Matt Lacrosse's 15.4. Now back here midways to about 8th spot, we've got CJ Lavere under pressure by the number 3 of Brandon Traburco, last week's winner at Vegas. As you can see, running that high to mid-load lane, coming off the corner, down the back front stretch. He's got the Fearless Eyes right in front of him. That's the 3 car. Brandon Traburco trying to make some sort of move there to claim the 8th spot. Directly behind him is the number 00 car of Colin Fern, who's made his way into the top 10, started 11th. He's working his way now underneath the 3 car. Going to need a little bit more leverage. Can't quite get the Caterpillar Chevy to hang on to it as they dive off into the next turn. Ooh, looks like Colin Fern is a new... Yeah, absolutely. Colin Fern, newer to the ITSR series. This is his race number 1. As he begins to try to climb and claw his way through the top here. He's in 10th. He's looking at 9th, 8th, and 7th just ahead of him. Shaping up the lead here out front. Matt Lacrosse under pressure by Stefan Marinac. And the Crikey 24 Chevy looking underneath. Can't quite make it stick. Loses the grip. Goes down the front stretch. Summers spinning. And is going to be able to save it, but he's going to lose 2, 3, 4 positions. Ben Burnett goes by. Dwayne Vincent in the Cessna Chevy trying to get by. That's the battle for 5th spot there. As now Stefan Marinac looks to be under pressure by Ben Burnett even more. Chad Cole moves up to 2nd. Race leader, still Matt Lacrosse. 11 laps into a young night here. 134 set on the board. Looking back, a little bit of battle between that 37 car and the 13 of Dwayne Vincent as he scoots on by to claim that top 5 position. Now CJ Lavere sets his eyes on teammate Ben Burnett in front of him. And this is typical Bristol racing here, folks. If you're just joining us, the way the Bristol races work out, you'll see them work the high lane pretty much the whole night, and then as the tires wear off, you may see them dip down towards the middle, maybe even to the low lane to keep it off the wall. And that's if we stay green here. Now, so far we're off to a great start. We've only seen Stefan Marinac nearly lose it, and that was with trying to make a pass for the lead. Other than that, we're okay. Although your race leader is catching up on some traffic. Frank Kuntz now down to the bottom on the racetrack at Bristol. Lacrosse up high. We got Josh Cheney coming down pit road for service. Unscheduled pit stop. The Fearless Racing Machine down on pit road. Also on pit road with Cheney is Chandler Kreisik, the 71 machine. Both of those cars unscheduled pit stops. Tough break to see those guys go down pretty early. Only 22 drivers started tonight's event. Want to remind you, J. Randall Watkins from Carolina and Jonathan Goodell out of the Virginias, the Navy cadet, is also not able to make tonight's race too. So as those guys get rolling off, now we see Brian Harvey come down pit road in the 20th position. Taking tires and service. This is kind of strange. It's real early here. We're only 19 laps in, and we've already had 4 guys pitting. Huh. Yeah, I guess that could be. It could be the case. Maybe try to pit here early and be done with pitting. The only thing is it's Bristol. I mean, it's a half-a-mile racetrack. The racing's kind of roughy here around the edges, and we've got Stephen Herring slowing up. He's just letting Matt Lacrosse go. I thought he was going to check up and get checked up for the pits, but he was just letting the leader by. But yeah, who knows? It could be an interesting strategy as we do have a battle for the lead, and Stefan Marinac is finally able. Actually, Jose Gonzalez has taken the lead there. In the midst of looking through all the pit strategies, Jose Gonzalez took the lead over. And Matt Lacrosse is just going backwards here. Vincent's by, Marinac's by, Chad Cole looking underneath. Brennan Traburco next in line. as we continue to run green flag to green flag conditions here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're going to take our first commercial break. 24 laps on the board. The man who's out front now, Jose Gonzalez, looking mighty strong with about a second lead over that 24 machine of Stefan Marinac. We'll return. And welcome back to Green Flag Racing at Bristol Motor Speedway. Now, during the commercial, we had a little bit of a pile-up going down the backstretch here at Bristol. Involved John Abbott, the 00 of Colin Fern, C.J. LeVere was involved, and Frank Busciella involved. Now, the man who took the most damage was more than likely C.J. LeVere, but all those drivers taking heavy damage. C.J. LeVere nearly lost it again there, but so already early on, 12 drivers on the lead lap. The 00 being the last, or the first guy 1 lap down in 13th, and all the way back to 22nd, Josh Chaney is 21 laps down. And meanwhile, Jose Gonzalez is stretching it out. Nearly 2 seconds separates him and Dwayne Vincent. Chad Cole runs third. Stefan Marinac fell to fourth. And Brandon Turberco has clawed his way up into the 5th spot after starting ninth tonight. As we continue to run green flag here. Looks like Jeff Eden in that 91 machine into the outside wall, coming into turn 1 and turn 2 real slow, letting up. Jose Gonzalez goes by, left hand out the window saying thank you sir. The Puerto Rico Don Q Chevy continues to tick another one down here as he's got his eyes set on the yellow machine of Stephen Herring as Stephen allows the leader to go on by. So now put Stephen Herring 1 lap down. A couple other guys coming down pit road. Jeff Eden on pit road. Colin Fern in the 00 machine comes in on pit road. Now these guys are a couple laps down. Meanwhile, Jose Gonzalez, the lead slipping a little bit. Dwayne Vincent closing in the gap. Now, Dwayne Vincent, the man of many nicknames, the Black Dahlia, the Black Snake, I believe it was the Diamond or the Black Diamond or something like that a couple of years ago. Back to running his usual top 5 race here. He's in second. and he's running just a little bit quicker lap times than Jose Gonzalez, the man he's hunting for. Now, look up ahead, it separates the two there. The two leaders is the number 4 machine of C.J. LeVere, who's got the heavy damage to the rear and the front damage into the race car, too, as well, as he's got a little shuffle in front of him. And Colin Fern joining us. Colin, had an early exit, but it started off pretty nice and strong for you, man.
Yeah, it started off good. We were up there battling for, I believe, a top 5 spot, at least 6th or 7th there, and I got a lot of wheel spin coming off 4, and I saved it, and it just got me back in traffic. And then myself and the 10 of John Abbott came together off 4, and I didn't think it was much damage, but the meatball flag came up, and my night was done early.
Yeah, we were actually during commercial when that happened, but I did go back and point on that. Yes, C.J. LeVere was involved. A couple of guys, I think there was 4 total involved with that little mishap. No caution came out, and like you said, meatball, pretty much that means the crew is like, oh, let's just forget about it. Let's go home. And you're up here enjoying the view here with me. And so far, it's been a pretty clean race. I mean, we haven't had that caution. And Jose Gonzalez has meanwhile taken over the lead, and he's pretty dominant right now.
Hey, he is, man. I was pretty. I don't even know the word. I was amazed by the way he was getting through the turns, the way he was able to get off the turn, and he was just getting off the turn so well, carrying so much speed down the front stretch and back stretch. It was insane.
Absolutely, and as we now look, Jose Gonzalez able to stretch out the lead now. We thought Dwayne Vincent was closing in. It looks like Dwayne may have just ran out of room there. As we see John Abbott in the 10 car getting involved with another accident. Looks like he got into the back of Stephen Herring and shot that 10 car right off the racetrack. Smoke pouring out beneath the hood, but no caution. Still green flag racing here at Bristol. 50 laps in. We haven't seen a caution. This is the quick car bump and run 134. Colin Fern joining me in the booth tonight. Colin's first night with the ITSR Twisted Cup Series on Tuesday nights. And here we got him in the booth with us, man. The first time in the booth with us on the ITSR Tuesday night. So you got a first and a first for everything, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't get the first win today, but I'm happy to join you up here, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I want to point out here, as C.J. LeVere was involved with that wreck, C.J. LeVere is tied in the points with Adam Hiley and Neil Fasakis. Now, right now, Adam Hiley is 6th spot. Neil Fasakis is back in 14th, 1 lap down. The good news for Neil is he can climb all the way to 7th, and that's where you'll find the 21 machine of Matt Lacrosse, who is the man who's first a lap down. So he's got a little bit of a racing pack that he can kind of at least race with and gain some positions there. Pretty important for the top 3 drivers there as they maintain their top 10, top 15 in the race here tonight. Colin?
Yeah, I saw that a tight points battle we have so far. I saw going into tonight, and it's tough for CJ, and he got involved in that little incident that the 10 and I were involved in. But so I thought he got through it, but it looks like I believe him and the 37 may have gotten into it. Maybe it was a 94, but hate to see other cars getting in that, and hate to ruin a guy's championship hopes like that. But hopefully he can just get it all fixed and keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we look at Jose Gonzalez fighting through the traffic. Oh, just ahead of him, Joey P. And that 22 Pennzoil Ford allowing him to go by. Jose Gonzalez puts him a lap down. Now just ahead of him is John Wilco, who's in 12th spot, facing another lap to be put down. Now make it 6 again on the lead lap, all the way back to Adam Hiley. Now, at the beginning of the race, we saw Adam Hiley start this race from pit road after taking a second fastest qualifying effort. He starts it on pit road and works his way through the field after nearly going down a lap to then leader Matt Lacrosse. He's clawed himself back into the top. Here he sits 6th spot in that 15th car, tied for the points lead. So right now, as it stands, your leader would be Adam Hiley.
Yeah, throughout all practice, I mean, guys that you had to look out for were Jose Gonzalez and Adam Hiley. I mean, they were just a clash of the field all through practice, and they showed it in qualifying as well. I believe both of them were in the top 6 or so. And you can see Adam Hiley, man, he's just pulling away from the rest of the field. He started in the pits, but, I mean, he's faster than, seems like everybody right now. I mean, his last lap was a couple tenths slower than the leader, but Adam Hiley's fighting through some traffic. And you can see Jose Gonzalez has that clear track right in front of him.
Absolutely. And folks, if you're just joining us tonight, this is the ITSR Twisted Cup Series race on Tuesday nights. Now, you can check them out. ITSR has several other leagues that you can join. They have a Big 3 Super Speedway Series and an intensely short tracking series. If I was to get into one of them, it would definitely be the intensely short tracking. I love the short tracks, and if that has anything to do with either late model or street stock, man, I'd be all up in it. And then you've got tonight's race that's broadcasted, and these guys are fighting for not only bragging rights, Colin, but you guys are fighting for there's money on the line, there's championships to be won, there's all sorts of things that can be won here in the ITSR Twisted Cup Series on Tuesday nights. But again, I mean, heck, bragging rights to me, Colin, is worth it all. If I win tonight's race, or if I win next week's race, or if I win a championship short series, that's me bragging all year long. Hey, but look what I've done.
Absolutely, man. Especially if you can get a win here at Bristol. I mean, you have it until August when they come back here. You're the best at this track. If you win at Bristol tonight, you're the best at this track. You can brag for the next 5 or 6 months. You're the best at this track, and especially Adam Hiley. If he can pull out a top 5 or so here, he's going to leave the points leader, and he can brag that he's the top of the points right now.
Yeah, exactly. And you said, Bristol, you don't have it again until later on in the year. Of course, next week, Fontana, California, the Cali Surf Shop 84, and then we go to Martinsville, and then back to Texas, Darlington, and Virginia, Richmond Place, and then so on and so forth. We have another quick car event, the War Eagle 74 at Talladega, coming up April 29th, 70 laps. That's going to be the one to keep your eye on. These guys really can race at Talladega, and they make it exciting. And as we continue to put down the laps, we're nearly over halfway home now as Jose Gonzalez has strengthened his lead to nearly 4 seconds on Stefan Marinac, who's finally worked his way around the Black Dahlia Dwayne Vincent. We're going to take a quick commercial break and bring you what hopes to be more green flag coverage here live on MW Productions, the Twisted Cup Series sponsored race tonight by the Quick Car guys. QuickCar.net, call them up, 800-99 Speed. We'll return.
In a world where survival is the only rule and feelings have no place, where winning is everything and weakness is fatal, how much difference can one person make? That depends on the person. In every life, there is a line that cannot be crossed without leaving everything behind, except faith. Once that step is taken, there is no looking back, and all that lies ahead is destiny. and all that lies ahead is destiny.
And we're back live here, still green flag racing. But again, something interesting happens under the commercial break. Adam Hiley and the 94 machine of Frank Busciella get involved in a little bit of mess, I guess you could call it, which leaves the 94 on the racetrack, but the 15 car had the white grayish smoke pouring out beneath the hood and the machine of that car, and he's on pit road trying to get it serviced, already looking at 13 laps down in 15th spot, and now the leader is coming down on the pit road. The leader, Jose Gonzalez, is finally making that pit stop.
Yeah, man, that's another tough shake-up of the points for Adam Hiley. CJ Levere looking to close in on Neil Fasakis, 2 spots ahead of CJ Levere right now.
Yeah, if I'm Neil Fasakis, I'm really trying to try to track down Joey P. and Douglas Wyatt, and also hoping that Matt Lacrosse gets put down at least another lap, as Jose Gonzalez takes the 4 fresh Goodyears and the fuel that he needs to finish here at Bristol. 88 laps going to be complete as Jose Gonzalez, the leader, pits, leaving Stefan Marinac, Brandon Chaburko, Vincent, and Chad Cole, the last 4 on the lead lap. Now, when will they pit? Stefan Marinac and that 24 machine leads here at Bristol.
One thing you have to look for right now is if this thing goes green, that early pit stop's going to pay off for Jose Gonzalez. But if there is a caution, he's the lucky dog, and he starts at the tail end of the lead lap no matter how many cars are on the lead lap, no matter what. So he's praying that this thing goes green right now.
And as you just said that, we saw the 24 car, Stefan Marinac, pull down pit road, and he's going to overshoot the pit stop and going to have to back it up. That's going to cost some time there, Colin.
Yes, it is. And as we're talking about these guys making green flag pit stops, Brandon Chaburko and Dwayne Vincent making a run for the lead right now. Only 3/10 separate them as we speak.
Absolutely. That battle is close and has gotten closer within the last few laps, as we see Vincent and Chaburko really running mirror lap times together. Now they got 2 in front of them. They got the 89 machine of Neil Fasakis, who's tied for the points lead, and ahead of him is Joey P. and that 8th spot. So that's another battle. That's the 8th and 9th battle, and the 1st and 2nd battle that you see right now on the racetrack at Bristol. The quick car bump and run 134, the 4th race into a young season, as the 2 black cars pull away. Oh, and there we see the 3 car. Brandon Chaburko pulls off down on pit road.
You want to know what Tires does here at Bristol? Jose Gonzalez, who was leading before he came down pit road, last lap was 7/10 of a second faster than Dwayne Vincent, who is the leader now.
Oh, yeah, it makes a difference. And Jose Gonzalez and Brandon Chaburko took 2 tires versus the 4, so that'll get him out a little earlier. But Colin, I don't know if I agree with that this late into the race. You know, those left side tires are going to maybe be important here if we get a caution and have to get this thing going back green.
Absolutely, especially if you get a restart, as you just said, it could very well spin the tires just that much easier here at Bristol. And I mean, it's a gamble, and I think I believe he thinks we're still in Las Vegas as of last week.
Yeah, of course, those two tracks are different by a full 1 mile. Of course, Vegas being a mile and a half, and Bristol Motor Speedway being a half a mile. As Dwayne Vincent is being shown your race leader. Now, if we take a look at Dwayne, right now he's running 16.3s, and if we look at Jose Gonzalez, he's running 16.5s. Can you believe that?
I believe Jose Gonzalez just got a little loose off the last lap. I'm not sure if this lap would be any better, but if I'm right, I believe it may be about half a second quicker or so.
Yeah, 16.1. Okay, little bit better. I'm thinking, wow, the tire fall off here is horrible. But yeah, he may have gotten a little bit loose. Here he comes again. Now he's going to complete another lap. 15.9.
15.9.
Yeah, even quicker.
Dwayne Vincent and Chad Cole are really banking on a caution right now. They're staying out and they're risking that tire fall off. Brandon Traburco, Stefan Marinak, Jose Gonzalez, they're set. They're good to go. But Dwayne Vincent and Chad Cole really hoping for a caution.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, I mean, we're on lap 102 here, so there's about 30-some-odd laps to go. Vincent and Cole are the last two drivers to pit. And, you know, you say they're banking on a caution. When are they going to come down? When are they going to come down pit road?
You know what? That beats me. As yeah, that is, or how they plan on pitting, or if they even plan on just waiting till the end and wait till they absolutely have to pit. I mean, it's a toss-up. Jose Gonzalez knows what he's doing. He's played his cards on the table. He's set. He's good to go. He's the fastest car on the track right now. But Vincent and Cole, I have no idea what they're thinking right now. As we got a pile-up down in turn 3, it looks like. Slow cars everywhere.
Yeah, the 98, Stephen Herring, John Abbott, I think these guys are coming down pit road, and it looks like Adam Hiley is back out on the racetrack, running 16th place, 24 laps down. He's got the 98 machine just ahead of him. That's Stephen Herring. As one of your race leaders, Brandon Traburco, tries to make his way by through and fight through the traffic. Still on the lead lap are three drivers, Dwayne Vincent, Chad Cole, and Jose Gonzalez. You won't find the guy who's in fourth is one lap down, Brandon Traburco, and then you'll go all the way back to 22nd where Josh Chaney took an early exit here at Bristol, 94 laps down. But right now we've just got a few remaining as John Abbott just took the famous left-hand turn on into the garage area, Colin.
Yeah, I heard on the radio there he blew up. May have been involved in the accident. When I was involved there, maybe, I don't know, 71, 72 odd laps ago, but hate to see that happen. He was having a fairly decent run, trying to stay out of trouble and trying to salvage what he can get, but his night ended a little early.
So the top 10 rundown: Dwayne Vincent, Chad Cole, Jose Gonzalez, Brandon Traburco, Stefan Marinak. Stefan's going to get me for doing that. Douglas Wyatt, Frank Busciella, Neil Fasakis, C.J. LeVere, and Matt LaCrosse. That's the top 10, of course. Matt LaCrosse 4 laps down, and Matt started on the pole. You want to talk about close, though. He 15.151 to Adam Hiley's 15.156. You would have thought that Adam would have started this race from that number 1 spot, but late in qualifying, that 21 Chevy took to the track and put a lickety-split lap time on there and got the pole. But the rest is kind of history. He's kind of fallen off by the wayside here, and now Vincent, Cole, and Gonzalez joins the mix of the top 3 here tonight at Bristol.
Yes, they do, and you were talking about the points lead earlier on in the broadcast. It's Neil Fasakis and C.J. LeVere. They're one position apart right now, 8th and 9th, and Neil Fasakis leads C.J. LeVere, but C.J. LeVere seems to be closing in about 3/10 of a faster second, or 3/10 of a faster lap that time.
Not only is he closing in on Neil Fasakis, too, Colin, he's got Frank Busciella and Douglas Wyatt, who are also 3 laps down, and Dwayne Vincent finally finally is coming down pit road.
And as you say that, Chad Cole also made his green flag pit stop a couple of laps prior.
I gotta think they were just banking on that caution like you were talking about. I think that they were trying to hold as long as they could as Vincent takes right sides only. More than likely Cole will do the same. But I think that they were waiting to that last ounce of fuel, Colin, waiting for that caution to try to keep these guys a lap down. But now they're back out on the racetrack and they got some fresh Goodyears, at least on the right side of the car.
Yes, they do, and Jose Gonzalez reclaims the lead 3.5 seconds ahead of Brandon Traburco, right about where he left off. And time's running out for these guys if they want to get a caution or if they have something up their sleeve right now.
Keep your eye on that 13 machine, though, in fourth spot. He is on a rail. I know he's just got right sides only, so he's got some really old left side tires, but at Bristol, right sides are more than likely gold as he continues to bank it through here around the track at Bristol. 15.9 last lap by. He's got the somewhat of a draft of Chandler Krizik just ahead of him and Ben Burnett to chase down, but he's got a lot to make up as he is in fourth spot. Stefan Marinac is about 9 seconds away, and Jose Gonzalez, like you said, is checked out from the field. He's 3.5 nearly up on Brandon Traburco, 4.5 up on Stefan.
Yeah, but Traburco's closed that gap. 2/10 in the last few laps. I mean, that's not much, but little by little, as I believe 14 to go this time by for Jose Gonzalez.
Yeah, I think Vincent's really just going to run out of time now. He just put a 15.8 on the board last time by, but I think if we get a caution here, Colin, it may save the day for him, but if this thing stays green, obviously he's not going to have the time to catch him. So, yeah, the battle is up here where Brandon Traburco runs second at. Now, he's got 2 lap drivers ahead of him, Joey P. and Frank Busciella, and Jose Gonzalez is just now exiting turn 2 as Brandon Traburco just now is.
I tell you where the real battle on the track right now is 6th through 10th. About half a lap separate 6th through 10th. But this racing is absolutely unbelievable as it also involves the 2 leaders in the points right now, Neil Pasakis and CJ Levert.
Yeah, it kind of gets mixy and dicey at Bristol, this track being so small. We've got cars really battling all over the place. I mean, you know, you got some guys that's on the lead lap, some are 1 lap down, 3 laps down, fighting, 4 laps. There's 2 guys 4 laps down fighting for that top 10 spot, Douglas White and Ben Burnett. And you've got Joey P. and Stephen Herring real close together. Even all the way back there in 16th and 16th, believe it or not, you got Adam Hiley, who just lost the position to Brian Harvey as we speak, the 16th spot and 17th spot fighting on the racetrack. So it's kind of cool to have all these different battles, small battles, and even bigger battles like 6th through 10th, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, and second place is also having a battle right now. Traburco and Marinac closing in as Jose Gonzalez looks like he's just going to run away with this if there's no caution to close up the field. But Traburco and Marinac has closed on Traburco. Remember, Marinac also pitted probably 10-15 laps later than Traburco did. But he has really closed that gap right now, and he's chasing him down.
Yeah, looks like Traburco trying to use that traffic to his advantages. Stefan Marinac gets loose off turn 4, and he's going to have to woe it up big time, maybe lose a little bit of momentum. But Jose Gonzalez, who for the better second half of this race has put on a clink for some most, although Dwayne Vincent and Cole holding out on the pit strategy there, Gonzalez has led a lot of laps here tonight at Bristol, and the most important one, he'll lead in just about 5 when we see the checkers. And I want to make mention Adam Hiley, who came into tonight's race with a nice wide smile, is leaving with a late exit, but somewhat of a salvaged one. He'll finish somewhere in the neighborhood of back towards the Packard's 18th spot when it's all said and done. Adam Hiley, as the laps continue to wind down here, John Abbott 14 down from him, not going to be able to catch him, not enough laps. So Adam Hiley, disappointing night for him. Now CJ Levert, although a disappointing early on for him tonight, he's actually salvaged it quite nicely in 9th, and Neil Fasakis more than likely will be your points leader going into California next week.
That is what it looks like, and Jose Gonzalez is going to bring it down into turn 3 for the second to final time as he's going to come off board and take the white flag. 1 lap to go as the caution-free race is official.
Yeah, and how about that? We go last week from Vegas. We had about 7 cautions. It just seemed like we couldn't get anything going. We got a good nice green run in there, but tonight is the night for records. Record-free caution win for the man out front. Jose Gonzalez will win the Quick Car Bump and Run 134, quickcar.net, 899 speed. And I'm going to tell you who called them earlier to get some of that speed tonight, Colin, and that was Jose Gonzalez in that Don Q Chevy.
Absolutely, man. He's the far the class of the field today. Dominated this entire thing. The fastest car, one of the fastest cars in warm-up, one of the fastest cars in qualifying, and obviously the fastest car here tonight in Bristol. Dominating win for Jose.
And with that said, we're going to take our quick commercial break, come back and have post-race interviews with Brandon Scherberko, Stefan Marinac, and Jose Gonzalez, your winner here live from Bristol Motor Speedway in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Todd Malmstrom, driver of the 75M Ford Mustang GT. This is what I do by night. And this is what I do by day. I sell new Fords, and I've got the best selection of used inventory that you could ask for. Come see me down here at Central Ford.
Are you tired of getting hassled at the dealerships? Looking for a salesman that knows what he's talking about? Are you looking to buy a new or used car? Then look no further! Sexton Ford Moline, Illinois has the biggest selection of new or pre-owned vehicles, and Todd Malmstrom is the salesman you want. Todd is an expert when it comes to cars, and if you don't believe me, then you should see him race on a Sunday night. With his top-notch professional customer service and expertise, he will make sure you go home in the right car for the right price. No hassle, no haggling. Todd will make sure that you're happy when you leave the lot with your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, Sexton Ford may be the talk of the town, but so is Todd Malmstrom. If you're in the market for a new ride, then buy one from a winner. Todd Malmstrom at Sexton Ford Moline.
And we're back live where we just finished a caution-free race at Bristol Motor Speedway in the ITSR Twisted Cup Series. Tonight's race was sponsored by Quick Car, quickcar.net, 1-800-99-SPEED. And I tell you what, 3 words pretty much sums it up for the man, Brandon Scherberko. Brandon, improve my position. Practice, 14th quickest. Qualifying, 9th quickest. And you salvaged a top 3 finish, 3rd tonight here at Bristol.
Yeah, this is definitely probably the hardest I've ever sweat playing this. it was a hell of a run by all the guys tonight. Go caution free. We had a pretty good car. I think we were running roughly the same times as Jose there. I was definitely, I told myself, going into this that I was going to be happy with the top 5, and getting third was good, but I broke the toe with about 7 to go, and I tried to hold Stefan off. I'm sure you guys saw that, but I couldn't hold him off once I broke the toe. It was a hell of a race.
Now, Brandon, I know third doesn't match last week's win at Vegas, where you led the most laps, 29 to be exact. But coming into tonight's race, hunting that top 10 points and top 10 point position with a third place here tonight, it's got to help you out. And then going into California next week, going to soak up the sun or hang out on pit road early? What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna give it all I got there, and I know probably fuel strategy is gonna come into play there, but I think I'm gonna go more so aggressive because I'm down a race, and as I'm looking right now, I've made up 3 points on the leader, and sitting 15th, so missing that race really killed me. So I gotta go aggressive from here on out.
Absolutely, and last but not least, in Traburco, anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, you guys for broadcasting, Hippie's Paint Shop, Axo Sanitary Service, and VintageElectricCar.com.
There you have it, folks. A man who's been improving thus far, Brandon Traburco. We'll see what he can do next week at California. Now, standing by Stefan Marinac is a nicely grinned Colin Fern. Colin?
Hey, I'm down here on pit road with Stefan Marinac and Stefan. Man, you chased Brandon down there in the closing laps, man. You're able to salvage a second place finish. That had to be nice, right?
Yeah, that was an awesome battle. We were sliding our cars off the corners, and I saw him hit the wall, and then after that he was pretty slow. But yeah, I'm really happy with second place. We just got to keep finishing good and being consistent. We don't have a chase in this series, so you have to be consistent to win the championship.
And consistency, man, you were very consistent today. Second fastest in practice, qualified. Second all.
Yeah, just a second off qualifying, like he was saying, Stefan, and so far, I mean, you've had a great run. You talk about consistency with this setup here on the Tuesday Night League. Consistency does win championships, and so far, I mean, man, you're off to a great start.
Well, I mean, actually, the first 2 races were pretty bad for me, but yeah, last week we got a third place, and it really started us off, and with a second, that's just another great finish, and we're going to be right up there in the points with them.
Yeah, right now, as it stands, Stefan Marinac, you are 2 points down from Dwayne Vincent, just 1 back from a second place in points, Jose Gonzalez, and you've had 4 starts, and you've had that 1 pole position, and also, looking for that first win of the season would be even better, but 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s, again, so far, pretty tight start for you. And last but not least, Stefan, before you mention your probabilities of California, anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, Hippie's Paint Shop, Quick Car for doing these prize races, ITSR, you guys at MW Productions, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Stefan. And one happy man, Stefan Marinac, who's trying to chase down that points leader going into next week at California. That'll be Dwayne Vincent. Now, that's me running back towards victory lane, where happy as always Jose Gonzalez is. Jose, man, Bristol Motor Speedway, a half-a-mile racetrack. Did you really think that the Don Q Chevy had the Bristol knack set up in it tonight?
No. I knew I just have to keep my nose clean and steer away from trouble. I've had a couple of weeks that I've been wrecked a lot, and you know, I was not very hopeful for tonight, and I just decided not to race anybody. I just want to you know, keep the car out of trouble, and I did hit the wall there with like 25 laps to go, and I got my toe screwed up, and I just slowed down and tried to keep it intact, and I guess that I got luck that we didn't have any cautions. It was a clean race, so you know, I had enough cushion to just ride around and take the victory for the donkey.
Absolutely, and you know, after tonight's race, the points have been released here. You're one back from Dwayne Vincent, but let's talk Adam Hiley just for a second. Adam Hiley was up there, had qualified in the second spot tonight. Did you think that you were going to have to deal with Adam? And at the same time, you've led the second most laps led in the series, 108 laps total led to Adam Hiley's 112. So just 4 back. For me being the most dominant, if you will, driver being out front in the series on Tuesday night. So with Adam falling all the way back to 7th in points, 13 back from the leader Vincent, does that kind of make you feel a little bit better going into California, a little bit better going in to Martinsville the week after that?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel good about my chances. I think every week I come with the expectation to do well, to get a top 5, maybe win. I think you know, as long as I get control of my own destiny, you know, I don't get modified by somebody else, I think I usually do pretty well. So yeah, I mean, Bristol, I mean, to come out, you know, without a wreck in Bristol, that's amazing.
It's funny. I'll have to tell you later. It's fine. I'm not going to say it right now, but oh no, I won't tell you that. Jose, you know, there's a movie. I forget what the name of the movie was. A little cartoon movie, and it reminds me the armadillo in the movie. I think it's Rango. It's Rango. And he's got like a Puerto Rican accent like you, and he asks the Rango, he says, "Why did I cross the road?" And you know, you're thinking, an armadillo cross. And the guy, I think Rango, tries to guess, and he goes, "Because it was my destiny." It's your destiny. It's your destiny to win. You have the will to win. And if there's one guy I can put my money on, Jose, it's you. Either in the Monday night series or the Tuesday night series, you always come out. You always perform. You've shown it tonight here again. If you're not involved with the wreck at Daytona, you're in the front, and it's just a prime example of due diligence. You know, do the work that needs to be done, and you can be out here in front like Jose Gonzalez week after week after week. And with that said, anybody you'd like to thank, Jose?
Yeah, would love to thank CJ Laver. He makes this happen. He made this league happen for everybody. And Stephen Herring, he's doing the little stories there for the driver introduction. It's sexual experiments, I guess. And the Meatball Company, best meatballs in Puerto Rico, Don Q, Quick Car for sponsoring, and you guys. I want to thank the great Batman for his great job here in the booth.
Thank you as always, Jose, and thank you everyone for tuning in to Bristol's race number 4, the Quick Car Bump and Run 134. Tonight's race again sponsored by Quick Car. The guys at quickcar.net, call them up, 899 speed. For me, Dwayne Vincent, the leader in points. We'll see you next week at California. We're going to go soak up the sun. Me and Michael Woolley are going to be on the plane here shortly, heading to Cali.
Please remember, everybody out there, to drink responsibly and drive safe. And remember, if you need a paint job done for iRacing, check out Hippie's Paint Shop on Facebook. Just type in Hippie's Paint Shop up there on the search bar, and he'll get you set up with an awesome ride. From everybody here at MW Productions, we'll see you in Fontana in just 1 week.
I find you. But our love was a song sung by a dying soul. And in the night, you hear me calling.
Trucking has always been a part of me. It started years ago when my dad and granddad were hauling vegetables to market in Liverpool. The family immigrated to Canada in the late 60s and settled near Alliston, Ontario. I bought my first truck in 1982 and Mercer Trucking was born. Today, Mercer Trucking has over 50 trucks in terminals in Toronto and Los Angeles. Our storage facilities at both terminals can handle any size of distribution needs throughout North America. We service the continental US, including Hawaii and Alaska. We run over 120,000 miles per month and some of the best equipment on the road today. We specialize in less than truckload shipments, show freight, we do rush team service deliveries, and haul your refrigerated or heated product. Our regular team service from Canada to California is second to none, and our staff and drivers are among the best in the business. I'm proud of our people and what they can achieve. Trucking is in my blood, it's my livelihood, and it's what I do best.
DGVertec.net's primary goal is to provide you with a successful website presence. They have purpose-built their web servers successfully throughout the years. The stress testing has been done so that they can provide you with an enhanced web hosting technology that they design for using future standards today for tomorrow. They offer 24/7 support for all web hosting plans. Their team answers support tickets 24/7, so if you have a problem at any time, an agent will be more than happy to help you. If you're not satisfied with your service within 7 days, then you can get a full money-back guarantee, with a 99 uptime guaranteed as well, with plans for shared hosting starting at just $2.95. It's clear to see why DGVertec should be your choice for web hosting. Just go to www.dgvertec.net today, your web hosting solution.